Welcome to podcasts recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning. Let's show our love to our friends band. Ken Brewer, Jim Solberg, fresh from Hawaii, you all. Look at that tan. And Mr. Don Schultz on drums, and our wonderful technical team. Let's give, yes. Wonderful technical team, Mark Pettijohn and Rick Smith, making the sound and the video just perfect. Welcome. Let's stand and sing our opening song for the month of March. I need to see what color it is in your, what color is it? We got canary. Canary yellow, yay. Is that for, well, it's for canary. All right. So let's sing the song together. It's kind of wordy, but it's repetitious. Come on, we can do it. All right. The opening song is I See God in Everything. All right. All right, here we go. I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom, I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. We got it? Yes. All right. I choose joy, I choose peace, I choose goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose happiness, I choose freedom, I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I know joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love's in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom, I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything. Yes, beautiful. You may be seated.
Welcome to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living and to our celebration service. We are a Science of Mind community that teaches spiritual principles to transform your life and make the world a better place. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. All we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your entire life simply by changing your mind. My name is Sean Larkin. I serve as one of the licensed practitioners on this center's ecclesiastical team. It is my honor to welcome you here today. If you are new to the center and joining us in person, there are welcome packets in the back on the table. It contains information about who we are and what we might stand, how we might serve you, and what we stand for. They look just like this, folks. For our global audience, I invite you to find out more about us on our website at cslportland.org. Under the About Us menu tab, you'll find a lot of information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you. The website also gives details about the various activities going on at the center. Everyone is invited to visit our website where you can sign up to receive email subscriptions. On the homepage, scroll down, and on the right-hand side, there's a space to sign up. Subscription options include a weekly email listing of our events and services, our free program called 365 Earnest Homes, in which you'll receive a daily Earnest Homes affirmation right to your email inbox. They feature a lovely background picture and some reflective material written by our very own Reverend Larry. Thirdly, you can enter your birthday to receive an e-card on that special day. I'd like to highlight several things going on at the center right here, right now. Our Sunday service is in person at the center and on Facebook Live, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our services are also presented after the fact on YouTube and via our podcast. Wednesday nights, we have the meditation on Zoom, 7 p.m. every week. This week, I'm leading it, and the meditation will be the theme of dialogue as part of the season for peace and nonviolence. And yes, the handpan will be there. Yes, I know. Album coming in May, folks. Album coming in May. Shameless self-promotion is not a spiritual principle. I apologize. But it's all God. Okay, here we go. Today's theme for the season of peace and nonviolence is mindfulness. I'm going to do a reading out of this booklet. It's also available on our website if you'd like to follow along with us. It's a lot of excellent material. The reading is, if we just act in each moment with composure and mindfulness, each minute of our life is a work of art. Be aware of the motivation behind your action, the intention behind your words, and the needs and experiences of other people. By doing so, you are making life more beautiful for others. Oh, good stuff in this book. Amen. All right, let's see here. Friday, lunch with Reverend Larry. This Friday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Meeting is on Zoom, and lunch is optional. So another chance to converse with your community about these spiritual principles. Let's see here. We also have online Zoom groups for our Social Justice Book Club, our 12-step program for women, both of which are facilitated by licensed practitioner Nancy Ashley. Some excellent growth opportunities. We're in the midst of our Winter Connection Circle gatherings. The circles are a way to discuss the Sunday message in small groups at various times throughout the week. You can get more information online. Today, after the service, you can join the in-person connection circle that we've kind of designed for hopping in and hopping out. So if you want to discuss these spiritual principles more and connect with other like-minded people, it's a fantastic opportunity. Everyone is welcome. Today, we're opening registration for spring classes and workshops. Exciting. And I'm going to invite Reverend Marilyn up here to talk a little more about it.
Is that okay, or would you rather have me, Marilyn?
I'm just...
Oh, all right.
You can use this one. We're doing it live, folks. We're collaborating with Spirit.
We
right here,
weren't
right
even
now.
sure whether we would have everything on the website or not to cover it. So Marilyn got put in there, but I do not mind talking about our fabulous spring classes. We actually have 7 offerings coming for this spring, and I'm going to highlight just a couple of them, but know that you can come to our website, cslportland.org. Right on the front screen there is a little button that says Classes and Workshops. You click on that, and you'll be able to see all of them. But I do want to talk about a couple in particular today. First of all, Reverend Marilyn will be teaching a new CSL certified class called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. So I know that's like our tagline around here, but have you ever thought of putting that tagline to practical use in your lives? So this class, it's on Thursday evenings for 5 weeks, starting on April 7th. Participants learn how to apply science of mind principles, practices, and methods specifically to relationships, prosperity, and your health. So this isn't theory. Well, I mean, you will get the overview of the theory, but more than that, you'll be putting the basic principle of science of mind, that divine creative process, to effect in your lives. The other one that I wanted to mention that starts on April 30th is a workshop called The Beloved Community, Practicing Love and Unity in the World. It's co-taught by Nancy Ashley and Kate Barrett. It's a 1/2-day Saturday workshop on April 30th. So both of those you're going to want to make sure that you check out on our website. But again, we have a big variety of classes, all online, so they're suitable for our distance learners as well as the people here in the sanctuary. The other thing I want to focus on, with the amount of trouble that's going on in the world right now, I think Reverend Marilyn came up with an elegant tool for us to use. It's something that's been floating around in the science of mind and in our education program for years, but never addressed as a standalone workshop. And that is the ability to go from fear to faith. Now, right now, perhaps more than ever, there are things that are on our mind, weighing heavily on our mind, bringing up fears of the loss of health, fears of the loss of democracy in the world. We would be negligent if we did not say the world is full of fear right now. But I bet you didn't realize that the way through that fear involves faith. And she will be I shouldn't say she. Three of us have signed on board to help Reverend Marilyn bring this teaching to you as a very practical tool using the Fear to Faith process. On Saturday, April 9th, Reverend Marilyn will be teaching that on Zoom. On Tuesday, May 3rd, Kate Barrett will be teaching that on Zoom. And then on Sunday, on May 29th, after the Sunday service, I'll be conducting an in-person one here. But this is a tool that you can really count on from moving where you are in some kind of a fear-based situation into a place of faith. So please consider signing up for one of those segments of the Fear to Faith workshop. And there's more, but I'm going to trust you all to log on to our website, cslportland.org, click on the classes and workshops, and you'll see we have a whole variety of things stretching from the beginning of April all the way through the end of May. Wonderful classes that I think will inspire you and make a difference in your life.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Reverend Larry. We're so lucky to have all of these amazing educational opportunities. All right, moving forward, one of my favorite moments, our flowers, as always, courtesy of our cat, Jacobs. So lovely, so beautiful. Yes, beauty is a spiritual principle, and it nourishes us to practice it, so thank you. Our special music is provided by our music director, LaRhonda Steele. So blessed to have her anchoring that harmony here. And, of course, our Friends Band, who week in, week out, groove with spirit. All right, folks, today's message, the Experiential, is by our very own Reverend Larry. So I invite you to sit back and relax, because I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came to receive.
All right, thank you. Licensed practitioner Sean Larkin just created a new spiritual principle for us. Just teasing, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Let's take a life-giving breath in and out. And bring our awareness to right here, right now, as we go inside and listen to Spirit in our wonderful, blessed meditation time together. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, I'll go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. Sing it with us, y'all. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
Yes, friends, go inside to find that God. For I know that there is only one thing, one power, one presence, one light, one life, one love, one joy, one beauty. It is this one thing that we choose to call God. I know that I'm a part of it. I know that all those hearing this prayer are a part of it. We are all one in the light of God. And thus that unity of God leads to a unity of self, for I may see all of myself in the clarity of God's love. And in that clarity of God's love is the clarity of the self. All my thoughts, all my feelings, all my intuitions perfectly in balance and ready to receive that light and that love that is God. I know this is true for me. I know it's true for all those hearing it because we are all one with God. And I release this prayer into the action of the law, which works by principle through the intonation of our word. And so it is. And as we go into the meditation, that sacred space within, I invite you to allow love to blossom and the light of God to shine down on you, for it nourishes you now and always.
Welcome back from the silence. You were tapping on my head. Was there something that I didn't do right? Was there something I need to know? Something that I need to write? You were tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe you just wanna hear a sweet song. Do you just want me to sing again? You were tapping on my heart. Tell me, what is the plan? Tell me how to heal my mind. Tell me how to walk this land. You were tapping in the nighttime. You were tapping all day long. Maybe you just wanna hear a sweet song. Do you just want me to heal again. For every man and woman and children to sing a song of freedom. For every man, woman, and children who love one another, men and women and children who sing for the rivers, men and women and children who sing for the mountains, men, women, and children who care for all people. Sing for the men, the women, and children. There's something that I'm doing right, but there's more that I need to know. There's more that I need to write. You were tapping in the nighttime. You were tapping all day long. Maybe you just wanna hear the sweet song. Maybe you just want me to live again. Do you want me to live again? Yeah, yeah. Oh, maybe you want to hear the sweet song of love. Maybe you just want to hear, maybe want to hear me sing of freedom. Yeah, you want to see us fly, fly, fly. See us fly, see us fly. Yes, heal and love, flying. Ooh, maybe you just want to hear the sweet song. Of every man, woman, and of the children, a song of love. Oh, yeah. Maybe you wanna hear a sweet song. You want us to live again.
And you were worried that your song wouldn't quite fit in today? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I swear, you and I have some mental connection that... So what is tapping on your heart? That's right where we're going to start today. We've been using this book of Mary O'Malley's, What's in the Way is the Way, and her theory that we're going to expand upon today is that really all of the evidence, all of the intelligence, everything that we need is here all the time, literally tapping on our heart and our mind. The solution to life is what presents itself to us. So I don't know that we've actually done the best job of describing the title of the book. What's in the way is the way. This is at the very heart of her thesis, and that is the very problems that present themselves to us are the means by which the invitation comes to move through them gracefully and powerfully. And today I want to talk about, well, unfortunately, I'm going to be talking about some of those negative, painful even, uncomfortable issues that do confront us. But I want to do so in a way to illustrate why they are the very teaching avenues that are open to us, and also why we don't need to be afraid of them. My observation is that when we become uncomfortable, our natural reaction is avoidance. Our natural reaction is to back away from the pain or the discomfort. And when I say pain, of course, physical pain, yes, but emotional pain, the pain of loss, all of the things that present themselves and weigh us down or confine us or make our heart feel heavier, all of those things are actually an invitation to do something more with them rather than to back away with them, try to circumvent them. And so I'm afraid today's talk, although you know me, you're going to get a joke and we'll have a laugh or two, but today's talk, we're going to try to face these issues head on. And in the book, she talks in particular about several different key obstacles or several different key pain points or areas of discomfort that are common among peoples no matter where they are. And I want to kind of quickly go through them. First of all, there's compulsion. And, many of us, of course, are not graduates of 12-step programs, but lifelong members of 12-step programs. And you might think that's what she means by talking about compulsions, but everyone on the planet has compulsions. It's not just addiction. Anytime we seem driven, almost a little bit out of our control to whether it's overeat or comfort ourselves with alcohol, and I don't mean being a drunk or needing to go to Overeaters Anonymous, but anytime that we feel that compulsion to not face what's in front of us and sort of self-medicate. Gosh, we can do that with binge TV watching on Netflix, you name it. There are any number of what I would think of as the minor compulsions out there, and yet all of them are forms of escapism. Now, this month we've talked about the idea of being inquisitive, of using our curiosity, and there is a grand place to use it. Like, what am I trying to avoid here? Why did I find myself with a whole weekend lost to Game of Thrones? Why did I find myself completely with a week that's void because I was out partying? What am I avoiding here? Is there something that this... Well, and then, of course, then what happens? The next day or the next time you go, why did I do that? Why did I waste that time? Why do I have the hangover? Why do I feel bloated and terrible or whatever it is, right? It's not like that as a solution is actually useful, right? Because then there's the time following it when you wish you hadn't have done it, when you wish you would have used your time or your energy or whatever it is more productively. So we know from the get-go that idea of a compulsion isn't actually useful. Might make you feel better for about 20 minutes, and then the reality of it sinks in. So what about, though, if we use this, again, our idea of curiosity? What is it that I'm avoiding? Why does the craving for donuts or sweets seem so strong right now? What's going on in my head that wants to substitute this thing that seems almost irresistible? Why am I being drawn into that instead of, and what's the instead of? And just be gentle with yourself, right? This can bring up emotions. This can bring up the past. Ask yourself, when when did this particular compulsion first start raising its head in my life? What was going on? Was there some reason that I turned to this to avoid something else? It really will give you all of the information you need. You can really save on the psychiatrist bills here. I'm kidding, of course. There's totally appropriate times that we should seek medical and counseling advice, of course. But if you think about it, the actual tools are here at your disposal if you're willing to ask it some questions. The second area that she says is so important are, you can guess what they are. They're issues with people. How many here have never had a problem with someone in their life that was really heartbreaking and troublesome? Yeah, if anyone was going to raise their hand, I was going to see you afterwards, and we talk about truth versus fiction. We have all had really nightmare scenarios with other people, as well as just difficult situations. And again, our urge is to back away or move away or banish them from our lives. And of course, for literal safety's sake, sometimes that is important. But it brings up the larger issue of how can a relationship actually be educational for me? What is the lesson, if you will? What is here to be healed in me? There are very few people on the planet that somehow represent 100% negativity. Almost everyone that we encounter, even if they're not people that we get along with, they get along with other people, right? So it is that combination of you and them that's creating this upset, that's creating this trouble, that's creating this the clouds over the sunshine in your life where it is in relationship to that person. And again, the questions can be so healing. Why do I feel this way about this person? Does this person remind me of someone or something from my past? Is this person perhaps bringing up something that I don't really want to look at in myself? Does it remind me of some of my own failures? Does it remind me of some of the things that I see lacking in myself and just made plain? Often when we begin asking the questions, those natural curiosity questions, rather than being, usually when we are in the midst of a troublesome argument or a troublesome relationship, what comes up is normally anger. And anger, again, is one of those masking kind of things. It allows us to feel outraged. I'm the one that's been wrong. How dare this person behave that way? And it invites us just to sidestep the whole issue of what's going on in us. So could we just be curious about what's going on? Why is this affecting me so much? What is it in me that feels the opposite of what's going on with them? Is it real? Is it something that really does need to be worked on? And if so, of course we can work on it with the person, but ultimately what needs to happen in me to not be affected in such an emotional way, right? What's that old saying? Yes, I pressed your buttons, but I didn't install them. Do you remember that one? It's one that I ask myself whenever I feel that someone is pressing my buttons. And I do have a couple buttons. Those of you who know me know there are a couple ways that you can probably get me turning red pretty fast. But at least these days I ask myself, oh, wait a minute. Here I am back there again. Right? It's like I know the button. I absolutely know the button. And I can almost smile when someone presses it because I've asked myself some questions about it. And so now it's like hearing an old song that I don't like, but I can still say, well, it's just a song. It doesn't define who I am. It's something that I recognize in myself. And I even know where it comes from, right? All through the ability to go inward and ask yourself a few questions. Another topic that's can be very painful for people are money issues. Have you known folks, and perhaps you're one of them, where it seems like there's never quite enough money? And when there isn't quite enough money, it brings up ideas of, well, maybe I'm not good enough to deserve enough money. Maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe I'm not qualified enough to get jobs or to be in the world in a way that money flows more easily to me. Maybe I'm not good with money. Maybe there's never enough money to go around, right? Now, this would be a line of negative questioning, but instead, let us consider the idea of positive curiosity. What am I feeling about this financial situation right now? Is there a message here for me? What are the beliefs that are swirling around in my head that make me think I don't deserve to have the good life? Is it a fear of not being enough or not being supported? Do you see the signposts are right there? It's funny. We often in the Science of Mind enjoy dwelling on the more positive aspects of abundance. But a real positive signpost is your own pocketbook. It's your own financial statement. If it's not what you wish it would be, there's a message there for you. And often, again, it isn't so much what's going on the outside of life. Is your own trust in your decision-making processes. I make good decisions that create a life of luxury for me. I know that there's plenty to go around on this planet, and I deserve the best. Sometimes we have to be led into that pasture of infinite possibilities by the very negative aspects of our own life that exist. Money is a big one. The last one I want to talk about today, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on, is pain and illness. And I would say these can be great motivators. And so let me do a joke here for a moment about motivation. A mom and dad were worried about their son not wanting to learn math at the school he was in. He just never seemed motivated to do his homework, to learn his lessons. In the end, they decided to send him to a Catholic school well known for mathematics instruction. Well, after the first day of school, their son comes racing into the house, goes straight into his room, slams the door shut. They're a little bit curious and a little bit worried. Eventually, they go to his room to see if he's okay. They find him sitting at his desk, poring over his math studies. Well, the boy keeps doing this week upon week, and at the end of the year, the son brings home a report card, gives it to its parents. They got an A+ in math. They're so happy, but also a little surprised. What changed your mind about learning math? What's the motivation? Well, on the first day when I walked into the classroom, I saw a guy nailed to the plus sign at the back of the room. I knew right away these people meant business. I suspect I'll be hearing about that joke. But you have to admit, funny. So could it be that some of the things we fear, some of the negativity in our life, actually can be a positive motivation? Rather than avoiding it, could we use pain, even physical pain and discomfort, as a way of moving through what truly is going on in our lives? So illness and pain, it's the body telling you to pay attention to it. Illness can open the door to great healing. Physical and mental discomfort can open the door to greater awareness and great healing. Some of you know I'm a big fan of the late Louise Hay, and this is a book. I think I've bought maybe 20 copies of this over the years, and always given it away to people that were struggling a bit with aches and pains and difficulties in their body. And recently I did kind of a body scan, and I was noticing that, oh my gosh, my shoulders really for about 3 weeks now have been in particularly tight. And so I started by asking myself some questions. So what's going on up here? And I was trying to listen to my body, and my body was, the first phrase that just popped into my head, sort of a crazy metaphor, was the weight of the world. And as soon as that flashed into my head, I thought, oh my God, the world right now does feel weighty. Now, it doesn't mean, of course, that I think I need to shoulder that burden, right? Do you see how all the metaphors were adding up in my head, even as I was thinking through it? But I'm thinking that on some level, yes, I was feeling responsible for some of the affairs going on in the world, probably unreasonably so. Certainly, I have not caused a war in Ukraine. Certainly, I have not caused a pandemic. I have not caused global warming. And yet, I suppose I bear some responsibility for those things, right? We are creatures of the planet. We are responsible for the planet and caring it and caring for it and nurturing it. And so I do have a shared responsibility, but I gotta tell you, the weight just was feeling. I mean, I would even wake up in the morning and have to do this kind of thing, like what's going on with the shoulders? Well, I thought I would check out with Louise Hay for one thing, because she always has some great wisdom, to see if she sort of agreed with me. Is this the weight of the world? Is this not me not being able to accept what's going on in my life? So if you're not familiar with the book, not only does it have just some lovely information about where disease comes from in terms of its mental source and emotional burden, it has a whole little set of well, you just look up a body part and it will tell you at least potential metaphysical meanings behind it. And so I looked up shoulders. It represents our ability to carry out the experience of life joyously. We make life a burden by our attitudes towards life. And then it goes on to say, she has a little affirmation here that would act as kind of a remediation to that issue. It's, I choose to allow all my experiences to be joyous and loving. Do you see how that just so fits with what I was talking about? I may have some burden, but it doesn't need that I need to bear it in a way that brings misery, right? I can joyously go about my life. I can accept what's coming my way, own up to my part of it, but still live a joyous and free life. So today I would like to perhaps offer up this idea of a body scan with you all. And we'll see if we can do a little bit of personal healing right here in the sanctuary today. You know, I titled this talk the Experiential. If you've ever taken any of our classes, and I'm encouraging you to do so this spring, if you've ever taken one of our classes, there's the sort of educational component where we get a sort of the school book understanding of how spiritual principles work, but then there's always the experiential. There's always putting it into practice. And so today I'd like to put this chapter in the book into practice for each one of us. So if you're willing, I invite you just to close your eyes and sit comfortably. We're going to be listening to what our bodies have to tell us. It's a path towards understanding that allows our curiosity to dispel stress, anxiety, even illness. And so as we sit comfortably, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just begin to feel sensations in your body. Just allow your body to speak to you. Notice if there are any pains or stiffness, tightness, or other signs of discomfort. You can start at the top of your head and work your way down. You can just notice how each body part is feeling. Or you can sit calmly and just allow your body to point out areas that are tight, sore, or uncomfortable. And so just spend a little time just noticing if there are any little messages your body would like to give you. Real common places are your neck and shoulders, your stomach. Sometimes it might appear as a numbness somewhere or a place that feels particularly tight. So let's focus on one area of discomfort. Picture this uncomfortable area of your body and just notice feelings associated with it. How would you describe this discomfort? Is it painful? Is it tight? Is it achy? Is it perhaps numb or stiff? Is it sore? Just think of a word or two that describes this discomfort best. This is the message that your body is trying to illustrate for you. So just be with that feeling of discomfort. Give it a name if you can. And now let's take a minute and ask your body some questions. Let's be curious about it. What can your body tell you about the source of this discomfort? Just listen and see if your body has a message for you. Just ask it, what is the source of this discomfort? Is it feelings that you have buried for a long time? Is it an echo to some past event or issue? Just allow your body to tell you about the source of this discomfort. And now let's be curious to see if there's a purpose to this discomfort. Sometimes when our body is uncomfortable or tight, it's literally trying to tell us something. It literally has a purpose in mind. It wants to give you advice or some thoughtful guidance. What can your body tell you about the purpose of this discomfort? Just listen to see if it has any advice for you or thoughts about it. Our bodies are really here to help us. They know that when we team up with them, all kinds of healing improvements can take place. And let's be curious about one more thing. Can your body suggest a way of moving through this discomfort? Not avoiding it, not ignoring it, but moving through it. Does your body have an idea of what might help move through this? Might be something physically that you can do, like having a massage or improving your diet. It might be working through an issue that's been stored up emotionally. Might require letting go of the past, but just allow your body to suggest ways of moving through this discomfort. It's more than willing to share what's going on with you through your imagination and your intuition. And then finally we asked, does your body have any other messages to give you about this situation? Just be curious about it. If your body part that's just uncomfortable right now could speak and wanted to give you a message, what would that be? Could just simply be a message of love or understanding. So let's thank our bodies for the information that they have conveyed to us. You may have not gotten a clear message, but your body is willing to try again later with more clarity and more help. And let's see if we can relax that part of our body, that part that was experiencing discomfort. Just allow it to relax. Just reassure it that you're here to listen. Imagine that it's free of any stored emotions or blocked energy. You might like to picture yourself surrounded by a healing light, and that the light gently permeates that area of your body, gently warming it and relaxing it. Notice how you're feeling now. Notice that you can easily listen to and comfort other areas of your body as needed. I now invite your awareness to expand into the room, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. So see how the power of our curiosity can really use the things that we're confronted with on a daily life to our advantage. Now, we used an extended example of using a body scan technique to see if there are messages and the ability to move through pain more easily by listening to what our body has to say. But trust me, this could be done with our finances. This could be done with people that we're having a difficult relationship with. Anything that appears as discomfort in your life, whether it's physical, emotional, or otherwise, it's there to actually help you. It's there to be the signpost towards healing. So to summarize today, we've tended to avoid discomfort. It's one of the things from an early age, I think, that we're trained. We're trained to avoid it, to move around it, to do anything but to move closer to it. And so if we wish to successfully navigate through pain, we must approach it. We must actually move towards it. We also learned some key discomfort teachers. Those were compulsion, illness and pain, people issues, and money issues. They can all bring wisdom if you're curious about them, if you lean into them. And finally, a good place to start is your own body. And that will lead us into this week's homework. For those of you who have watches and cell phones, I invite you to set up 3 or 4 reminders throughout the day just to do a body scan. Just to notice if there is some area of your body that is asking for some attention, that is willing to speak to you in a way that will allow you to move forward. So I'm going to close today with a quote from the book and a prayer. This is how she concludes this particular chapter on body awareness and experiencing, being willing to experience the pain rather than avoiding it. She says, the more you invite yourself to be curious, the less resistant you become to whatever you're experiencing. You'll no longer be afraid of what life may bring you because you know that even the challenges because you will know that even the challenges are for you, bringing up whatever is asking for healing. Then you live life in a state of discovery, opening to the adventure itself. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. What we are exploring here is the journey of a lifetime. But what is more important than coming back to yourself, becoming yourself, and giving life the gift of being fully you? Every moment that you move towards your experience, even uncomfortable experiences, clears more of your clouds of struggle so that you can experience life to the fullest. Let us pray. There is one power, one presence, one life, one goodness, only this one thing. And what I know about it, this thing itself, is that it is whole, always. That there is no disease in God. It represents that purity of spirit where exists only life and love and abundance and joy and peace. Anything else is just clouds that we have created to obscure the sun. And so today I hold in my own heart that ability to face the troubles of life, to stand firm in my knowledge of that meadow of all possibilities, even when something unlike it presents itself. Even when I am uncomfortable, I simply move forward to greet that uncomfortability from a place of curiosity. And as this is true for me, I know it is true for everyone. We all have that ability to look at the difficulties of life with equanimity, to know that it's not the truth of who we are, but that it's just something that we're experiencing. And so I give thanks for this. I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much for being here today. My pleasure to have you here. Now is our time of conscious contribution. I invite you to take out your gift or your tithe, whatever it is you've brought to share with us. Those of you online can go to our website at cslportland.org/donate to make a contribution. If you'd like, you can repeat after me. Graciously I give, from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. Would the ushers please begin receiving the gifts?
All right, let's sing our receiving chant together. More than enough. More than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more, much more, more than enough, more than enough. I have more than enough, I am more than enough, there is more than enough. Much more, more than enough, more than enough, oh yeah, more than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more, much more than enough, more, much more than enough. That is the truth. So I'll never see a plus sign the same way anymore. Thank you, Reverend Larry. I mean, I got the rest of the message too, but I'm saying that was all right. So we invite you, if you want to dance and sing with us and stand up and move around in these wonderful bodies of ours, please feel free to. We've got an Eddie Watkins Jr. song called I'm Saying Yes to Life. Yes. Well, I'm saying yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, oh yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, yes. yes, alive, yeah. Come on, come on. The spirit of love within me is expressing itself right now, yes. The spirit of joy within me is expressing itself right now. What are we gonna create today? The universe is ready to play. Spirit surely will lead the way if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, say yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, oh yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, oh yes, yes, yes to life. Yes, yes, yes. I'm saying yes to life. Oh, yes. I'm saying yes to life. Oh, yeah. Oh, the spirit of life within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of light within me is expressing itself right now. Whatsoever you conceive, if you believe it, you can achieve. Spirit surely will agree if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, oh yes, yeah, yes alive. I'm saying yes, come on, say yes, yes to life. Saying yes, say yes, yes to life. Come on and say yes, 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 yes. Oh, say yes to life. Yes to life. Come on, say yes to life. Oh, yes. Yes to life. Come on and say yes now. Yeah, yeah. Yes to life. I'm saying yes. Oh, yes. Yes to life. I'm saying yes.
So just a couple quick announcements. Maybe this is a reminder that we're not going to have to wear these indoors. Have you all heard? Before the end of the month, the indoor mask mandate will be lifted. So stay tuned. We'll have it on our website, of course. And we're not suggesting anyone that doesn't feel safe needs to remove their mask. We'll still have them on the back table. We'll have the face shields, be as safe as you want to be, but we will be following the Oregon Department of Health regulations. So when they say the mask can come off indoors, we'll be following that guidance. But please, use your own safety protocols. We're not going to suggest anyone not wear a mask that doesn't want to. The other thing I want to suggest and remind you of is prayer support. We do have prayer request cards on the back table. They're near, thank you. Catherine's holding one up there just as a reminder of what they look like. You can also file a prayer request online, cslportland.org. And last but not least, we have a Meetup Connection Circle meeting here at 12:30. So anyone who would like to drop into that is available. For now, though, let's do our benediction. If you'd like to, you can stand and just repeat after me. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. And life is in my affairs. I think it. I feel it. I expect it. And I am it just the way that I am. Please know with me that you are never alone. If at any time during the day or night, if forgetfulness might creep upon you, go within. On that altar of the Most High, recognize that you are loved. And in gratitude for this certainty, I let it be, and so it is.
Right. Our closing song is The Truth of Who I Am. Sing along if you want to. I am love, I am loving, I am love. It's the truth of who I am. If I forget, Spirit reminds me again. I am love, I am loving, I am love. You can tell your neighbor, you are love, you are loving, you are love. Come on. You are love, you are loving, you are loved. It's the truth of who you are. Shine your light near, yes, near and far. You are love, you are loving, you are love. To the whole world, we are love. We are loving, we are love. Let's put some love on it. We are love, we are loving, we are loved. It's the truth of who we are. Shine a light near, yes, near and far. We are love, we are loving, we are love. You are love, you are loving, you are love. Inward, I am love, I am loving, I am love. Blessings, blessings. Thank you.
If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We have inspirational services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our online listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.